Беги, роботу. Мы отсюда съебываем. А можно, блять, по одному? Блять. Да, блядь, я тебе случайно ударил. Боже, отстань от меня, кусок дебила. Да чё-то электричество не сдох до конца, блин, боже. Сагритесь уже на кого-то другого, блядь. Вы еще и говной как харкаетесь, мрази, блядь. Бля, друг умер. Да шо ж ты дохнешь? Он заебал.
I was thrown out of Goliath because of you, you bastard. Give me one reason I shouldn't kill you right here.
I did you a favor. You hated your job.
Smart mouth, aren't you? Think you're so smart? How's... You turned up like Goliath just after the Albrader crashed. They never did find the pilot, did they?
You think people would listen to your accusation?
That's not how rumors work, is it? I know enough people to put the word out. Then people will start talking.
What do you want?
For my silence, I want what you got. A new start. And for that, I need sharp. And you're gonna give me them.
One more thing. I'm not paying you a single shard.
You're right. I want more than...
I'm not.
You're paying. I've got nothing.
So your life means nothing.
Give me the shards. Pay me. Or I'll take them from...
It's not me who'll die here.
We'll see about that. I'll cut him down.
Я думал, что мы сможем прийти к разумному решению. Но ты, походу, дурак. Бля. Ну, как говорится, что я поделаю? Дураками не рождаются, дураками становятся. Ну и рождаются тоже. Бля, да, кресло заебись, садись нахуй. А как же вундеркиндеры какие-то?
Probability of survival critical.
So, where are those Alps?
Я могу вскрывать замки.
Too easy.
Старый добрый Ризен.
In the light of the panic that has broken out in the last few hours, the corporation will provide you with emergency transport to bring you and your family to safety. I don't like saying it, but there is a high chance that law and order...
Так, то есть тут типа ни хрена кроме записи говна нет. И типа мне надо дальше исследовать. Бля, не в ту сторону пошел, которую я хотел. Я сначала в ту сторону.
Stop. Not another step if you value your life.
I value it.
Commander Jax, they said you were dead. Executed.
They tried. They failed.
And so you live. So you're still Commander Jax, Alb servant of the hybrid? Or has a near-death experience brought you to your senses?
I am not an enemy of the Separatists.
No? Then why are you here? It looks like you're no longer taking ELEX. But does that mean you've joined the fight against Zeke?
They tried to kill me. I'm owed some revenge.
So, you've swapped sides too. But just because you're free doesn't mean you're not a threat. 5 minutes with the free people teaches you that emotions don't make people less dangerous. Strange, isn't it? On this side, free from ELEX and from control. And where you've gone, some of us are trying to follow. We want to be free from ELEX, eventually. We want to stop the Ice Palace from making a mistake.
Понимаю.
How did you escape from the other Alps?
We didn't set out to become separatists. We were part of a commando unit. Our mission hit problems and we were cut off from Zakor. After a while, we began to run out of supplies, including ELEX. It wasn't long before we started to dream, to feel. Elexir Parsec noticed it first. He sent out patrols to locate possible sources of ELEX, but it was too late. Eventually, our unit got round the enemy and returned to Zakor. But we had changed. We realized we wanted to think.
Понимаю.
We no longer wanted to be controlled by the Alb direct.
I've heard enough. What have you been doing here in Edan?
Hiding from the Albs, hiding from the free people, and wondering what will become of us. And we do it with fear. For the first time, we do it with fear.
Yes, I know. ELEX withdrawal is hard.
Logic, precision, they are what we have been for most of our lives, and now we find those things challenged. It's confusing.
Понимаю.
With that fear comes something else. Hope. Hope that our freedom means something. But unless we can find people, free people, who will work with us, then we don't stand a chance.
You had better leave Edan.
The Berserkers have enough to fear from Zakor without fighting us. We have to persuade them of that. Is there a Berserker you can trust? Someone who would work with us? If there is, please, talk to them for us. You know what we can do. Persuade them that they need us on their side, that we can help. We seek an alliance, not a fight.
What would you want in return?
To be treated like the other free people. The clerics have fought wars with the Berserkers, but they still speak to them. Some of them must understand. For that, we will work with them to stop the rule of Zakor.
If you say so. The Berserker Hakon sent me to speak to you.
Hakon? What does he have to say?
Hakon says you killed his men.
There's a truth in that. We killed Berserkers in the battle before we changed. It was a massacre, in truth. One ordered by Zakor. But we are not who we once were. We are no longer Albs who blindly follow the word of the Elexitors. We have to convince him of that. We will find a way to pay reparation for what we did. And we can start by offering a hand in the alliance. If Hakon will offer us a haven here, the protection of a truce, we will fight against our common enemy. But he must do it soon. Zakor is preparing to move against us. Soon, the Elexitors may kill us for him.
You're being hunted by Alps.
Parsec has sent a special forces unit to find us.
Понимаю.
They outnumber us, and they're better armed. Our old comrades are out to kill us.
Я подумал, что он так и сделает.
I'll find the Alps who are hunting you.
There's a whole squad, at least 5 of them.
Do you know where this Special Forces unit is?
Their last position was northwest of here. Since they don't know our strength,
А как тогда убедить, чтобы он не был дебилом?
and as we know, true Albs follow protocol.
What do you think of the free people?
There must be another way to get ELEX than to extract it from living people. Well, we think that the Albs will win someday. But what then? What happens when there is no more ELEX? What happens when we have used all the resources? We fear that could mean the downfall of us all.
You really want to give up ELEX?
Yes, we don't want to poison ourselves anymore. We still take it, but we control it.
You really think you're in control?
Would I speak out against the Elexitors if it wasn't true? We're helping each other. We're keeping our strength and our free will.
Keep taking ELEX, and the free people will see you as Alps.
The outlaws have their chems, their berserkers, their mana. How can this be seen as different? They can accept it. They must. It is in their best interest. But how are we to persuade them if we can't get you on our side?
Can't you give up ELEX if it would help you join another faction?
It is for each Alp to decide. And for now, we have decided to take it. We have to stand by their decision. We are free people now, and won't replace one ruler with another.
You don't have a choice.
We have to trust you and hope you don't betray us. I suppose our only other choice would be to kill you. And if we kill everyone we doubt, then we would still be elves.
When did you last see Elexiter Calyx?
It was a long time ago. You both were on the battlefield fighting the free people.
There. I think I found those Alps.
Как же все это сложно. А как убедить Хакона не выебываться? Да с кем-то еще, наверное, поговорить. Окей. Прекрасно. Берите свой огнестрел ебучий, крысы. Фух. Хорошо потрудился машинка.
Recommend caution. Confusing and brittle terrain.
Ну хоть не Бриттон террейн. На том спасибо. Так, а где они там живут, я уже забыл. А вон.
You took them on? On your own? Then we are fortunate the Albs made the mistake of trying to kill you.
Бля, а что будет, если я тут сохраню сейчас? Телепортнусь вон сюда. И сначала про этих альбов расскажу мужику. Если вообще захочет рассказывать. Мой юный идиот.
Serious risk detected. Recommend immediate withdrawal.
Где, блять, у вас вход?
I've killed the Albs in Idan.
So I have heard. It seems you are willing to fight against Zakor.
Мне не нужен сейчас сюжет. Я потом его заново пересмотрю. Мне важно только одна хуйня.
What is in the hybrid?
Я понял, нихуя оно мне не даст, но мне перекинуть чаптер 2. Что мне по сути не нужно в данный момент. Бля, пока я тут, мне надо попробовать активировать хотя бы телепорт в эту локацию. А потом, если что, не бегать. Где эта хуйня была? Идите нахуй, пауки. Или вспомни, где вход в эту локацию. Или я уже все потерялся. Как и всегда. А, я вообще побежал хуй знает в какую сторону. Тогда похуй. Ну, да идите нахуй со своими пауками. И же представучие монстры в этой готике 7. А где ваш начальник?
So, well, I've been given a job by a warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliath a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Ascor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
And you think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Edan. But if Ragnar's right, then it must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
Do you think we make a good team, Durst?
We're a team. I'm ready if you are.
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Ascor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Ascor's body rotten up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Ascor to point to who might be the murderer.
Грустно.
I'll find the murderer.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it and...
Will the suspects talk to me?
Tell them you're investigating on Ragnar's order. They'll answer your question. Let me know if you need help. Remember, my sword belongs to you.
Who are the suspects?
A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. Last are Irdor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. They were all outside Goliath at the time of the murder.
What do you want me to ask them?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've
Do you think...
We're a team.
What contact do the Berserkers have with the other factions?
The Albs want no contact but that of war and conflict. But the peace that has strained since our last war has never held. It's self-evident that the...
So, you have no interests outside of Dan?
The Berserkers believe that all of Magaland should be healed. If we can plant more world hearts in Tavar or Abessa, then that the other factions don't. They fear the changes we bring.
Do you know that for sure? Have you spoken to the other faction?
Spoken, no. But we sent men to establish world hearts in Abessa and Tavar. And they have been attacked almost constantly. You came to us from beyond our walls. If you know your way across these lands, could you go to the world hearts and see what happened to our men?
I will look for your men in Tavar and Abessa.
Thank you. It's time that we learn. You ensure you're properly equipped before you go. But I'm not telling you anything new.
Where?
World Heart in Tavar was sent to an oasis out in the desert. You will have to walk carefully once you're there. The outlaws do not take kindly to people crossing through their land. You'll find the World Heart in Abessa to the south of the domed city.
About... how...
You have you have more, your word, and you must do more. Earn those...
Ебать они там требовательные, конечно.
Hey, not now.
Why do you hate the Alps so much?
They take so much ELEX. They've lost all their emotion. They're like machine. How messed up must you be to decide to do that? And how do they get the ELEX they're so pumped up on? They tear it from the ground. They take plants, animals, and people, and feed them into their converters. Every alb.
So you don't trust anyone?
Our founding fathers knew well that you have to be really careful who you trust. They taught us we cannot give in to the temptation that awaits us outside our wall. And they did well. In the end, They were the first to see the deviant nature of technology. No one who has seen a mutant with their own eyes can deny that.
It almost sounds like you envy the Alb's power.
A fully trained Alb commander, even an Elexitor. But true power is only found in... Have you got them? A fighting spirit?
What if I did? And I took ELEX as well.
Then you would be just another henchman. Is that what you want? To destroy Magellan as you destroy your soul? A strong sword. Our very effective combat magic. And a strong will. They will stop the Albs.
Why are you in here?
Listen, so they are scouting those locations.
I spoke with them.
To the Albs? And you're still alive? No, you're full of shit. Albs don't speak to anyone.
They're Alb separatists. They don't take orders from Zakor.
Separatists? What are you talking about?
The separatists don't want to fight you. You should talk to them. They're good fighters looking for allies to bring down the Elexitors.
Allies? This stinks of a trap.
It's no trap. They want your help. They're fighting the Albs to put an end to the bloodshed, to get rid of the Elexitors.
You're serious? Albs that want to fight Albs? Well, if they want to give up the fight, then it is my job to give them a welcome.
Ты, как я понимаю, ты сказал правду, да, Сайрус? Если ты тут.
I'm not telling you.
You want me to trust you, but you won't trust me. You're hiding those Albs, and the only reason... Why don't you go back to your new friends? That way we can deal with you all. Get out of Goliath. I'll get you, asshole.
Эх, какой же он глупый.
Why are you in? Here.
Listen.
Those
And
the separatists. They are to the north.
that doesn't fit the reports I have. I'll send a few men to these separatists. If they're lying, but then maybe we... Here.
Hey, what are you doing?
They're to the west, where you said they would be.
I'll send a few men to these separatists to see what their intentions really are. If they're lying, but then maybe... Here.
Бля, и где там они были? Я уже не помню. Где-то тут. Или тут. Ай.
Send you?
Yes. Just in time, too. Looks like these bastards were getting set to stay here. They thought they could take you down from us. They thought wrong. You better move on.
Hey, hey, who's out there?
Я промахнулся квартирой, сори. Так, стоп, а где? Где этот дебил живет?
Don't steal anything here.
You had the Separatists killed instead of negotiating with them?
The only good Alb is a dead You have a problem.
You're a murderer.
And you're an Alb sympathizer. There's no place for I'll get you, asshole.
Keeping my eye on you.
Do you ask me that, expecting to receive my pledge? You are responsible for the death of a citizen of Goliath. You have passed Angram's test. You helped. Born was grateful. Yora says. Ornir told me that you failed to help him deal with an outlaw. It's best we forget the situation with Hakon quickly. It was unhelpful for you. You helped Eardor. And don't think the fact that Eisenfaust's sword. I can't prove anything. You must earn those pledges.
Что ты еще от меня хочешь?
Krall's diary. No sign of the man. Last entry. First the ELEX devours him. Now it devours me, but I have no choice. Surely to steal is better than to kill. If I don't act now, then so. The choice is made, and we must both go into the mausoleum. Perhaps we can live in this house of the dead. Either this guy is reliving teenage poetry, or I just found out where he went.
Save game.